The Astounding Award for Best New Writer, sponsored by Dell Magazines. The finalists are Moniquil Blackgoose, second year of eligibility; Bethany Jacobs, second year of eligibility; Hannah Kaner, second year of eligibility; Angela Liu, second year of eligibility; Jared Pekacek, first year of eligibility; and Tia Toshiro, second year of eligibility. 341 ballots were cast for 168 nominees. Finalists ranged between 28 and 96 votes.
Lodestar Award for Best Young Adult Book finalists are The Feast Makers by H. A. Clark, Erewhon; Heavenly Tyrant by Jiranjay Zhao, Tundra Books; The Maid and the Crocodile by Jordan Ifweko, Amulet; Moonstorm by Yoon-Ha Lee, Delacorte Press; Shayna Lende by Darcy Little Badger, Lavine Corrido; So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole, Little Brown Books for Young Readers. There were 268 ballots cast for 175 nominees. Finalists range from 18 to 52.
In the special category of Best Poem, the finalists are Calypso by Oliver K. Langmead, Titan; Ever Noir by Mary Ness, Haven Spec Magazine, issue 16, July 2024. There Are No Taxis for the Dead by Angela Liu, Uncanny Magazine, issue 58. A War of Words by Marie Brennan, Strange Horizons, September 2024. We Drink Lava by I. Jung, Uncanny Magazine, issue 56. And You're a Visiting Dragon by Devon Bardo, Strange Horizons Fund Drive 2024. 219 ballots were cast for 266 nominees. Finalists ranged from 11 to 26 votes.
Best Fan Artist finalists are Ian J. Clark, Sarah Felix, Meg Frank, Michelle Morel, Allison Scott, Espana Sheriff. 186 ballots were cast for 120 nominees. Finalists range from 16 to 37.
In the category of Best Fan Writer, the finalists are Camistros Philapton, Abigail Nussbaum, Rosanna Pendlebury, Jason Sanford, Alistair Stewart, and Urian Westin. 329 ballots were cast for 158 nominees. The finalists ranged between 27 and 62 votes.
Best Fancast finalists are The Coode Street Podcast, presented by Jonathan Strawn and Gary K. Wolfe. Producer Jonathan Strawn. 8 Days of Diana Wynne Jones, presented by Emily Tesh and Rebecca Fremow. Hugo Girl, presented by Haley Zapel, Amy Sally, Laurie Anderson, and Kevin Anderson. Hugo's There, presented by Seth Heasley. A Meal of Thorns, presented by Jake Casella Brookins. World Building for Masochists, presented by Marshall Ryan Maresca, Cass Morris, and Natanya Barron. 376 ballots cast for 197 nominees. Finalists range from 24 to 64.
Best Fanzine. The finalists are Ancillary Review of Books, editors Jake Casella Brookins, Zachary Gillen, Lane Gillespie, Misha Grifka Wander, Gareth A. Reeves, Bianca Skriniar, and Cynthia Zhang. Black Nerd Problems, editors William Evans and Omar Holman. The Full Lid, written by Alistair Stewart and edited by Marguerite Kenner. Galactic Journey, founder Gideon Marcus, editor Janice L. Newman, associate writers Cora Bullard, Jessica Holmes, Kerry Doherty, Chris Fiasmial and Natalie Devitt, and the rest of the Journey team. Journey Planet, edited by Alison Hartman Adams, Amanda Wakaruk, Anne Gree, Jean Martin, Sarah Felix, Sarah Gouldy, Chuck Surface, David Ferguson, Olaf Rockney, Paul Weimer, Stephen H. Silver, Christopher J. Garcia and James Bacon. And Unofficial Hugo Book Club blog, editors Olaf Rockne and Amanda Wakaruk. 243 ballots were cast for 77 nominees. The finalists ranged from 25 votes to 67.
Best Semi-Pro Zine finalists are The Deadlands, publisher Sean Markey, editors E. Catherine Tobler, Nicasio Andreas Reed, David Gilmore, Laura Blackwell, Anika Baranti Klein, proofreader Josephine Stewart, columnist Amanda Downham, art and design Corey Scarry, Christine M. Scott, social media Felicia Martinez, assistant Shauna Du Bois. Escape Pod, editors Mer Lafferty and Valerie Valdez, assistant editors Premi Mohammed and Kevin Wabansi, hosts Tina Connolly and Alastair Stewart, producers Summer Brooks and Adam Pracht, and the entire Escape Pod team. Faya, magazine of Black speculative fiction, publisher and executive editor Devon Sanders, poetry editor B. Charisse Moore, art director Christian Ivy, acquiring editors Rebecca McGee, Kareen Wint, Egbiomaje Omali, Amelia Harrington, Janine Tyson, Tanya R. Moore. Sponsor coordinator Nelson Rowland. Correo, produced by Team Correo. Strange Horizons, by the Strange Horizons Editorial Collective. Uncanny Magazine, publishers and editors-in-chief Lynn M. Thomas and Michael Damian Thomas, managing editor Monty Lynn, poetry editor Betsy Aoki, podcast producers Erica Ensign and Stephen Shapansky. 334 ballots cast for 94 nominees. Finalists range from 38 to 108.
In the category of Best Professional Artist, the finalists are Michaela Alcano, Audrey Benjaminson, Rovina Kai, Maurizio Manseri, Tran Yen, and Alyssa Winans. 214 ballots were cast for 209 nominees. Finalists ranged between 14 and 37 votes.
Best Editor long-form finalists are Carl Engellaird, Ali Fisher, Lee Harris, David Thomas Moore, Diana M. Foe, Stephanie Stein. There were 162 ballots cast for 89 nominees. Finalists range from 15 to 40.
In the category of Best Editor Short Form, the finalists are Scott H. Andrews, Jennifer Brozek, Neil Clark, Jonathan Strahan, Lynn M. Thomas and Michael Damian Thomas, and Sheila Williams. 322 ballots were cast for 165 nominees. Finalists ranged between 28 and 80 votes.
Best Game or Interactive Work finalists are Caves of Cud, co-creators Brian Bucklew and Jason Grinblot, contributors Nick DeCapoa, Corey Frong, Craig Hamilton, Autumn McDonnell, Bastia Rosen, Kaylin Sandel, Samuel Wilson, Freehold Games. Sound design, A Shell in the Pit, publisher Kit Fox Games. Dragon Age, The Veilgar, produced by BioWare. The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, produced by Nintendo. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, produced by Simigo. Tactical Breach Wizards, developed by Suspicious Developments. 1000 Times Resist, developed by Sunset Visitor, Sheiyangoku, published by Fellow Traveler. 298 ballots cast for 187 nominees. Finalists range from 19 to 34.
Best Dramatic Presentation Short Form. The finalists are Fallout The Beginning, written by Gursimran Sandhu, directed by Wayne Chayip, Amazon Prime Video. Agatha All Along, Death's Hand in Mine, written by Gia King and Cameron Squires, directed by Jack Schaefer, Marvel Disney+. Doctor Who, Dot and Bubble, written by Russell T. Davis, directed by Dylan Holmes Williams, BBC Disney+. Star Trek Lower Decks, Fisher Quest, created by Mike McMahon and written by Lauren McGuire, based on Star Trek created by Gene Roddenberry, directed by Brandon Williams, CBSI Animation Productions for Paramount+. Star Trek Lower Decks, The New Next Generation, created and written by Mike McMahon, based on Star Trek created by Gene Roddenberry, directed by Megan Lloyd, CBSI Animation Productions for Paramount+. And Doctor Who 73 Yards, written by Russell T. Davis, directed by Dylan Holmes Williams, BBC Disney+. 451 ballots were cast for 302 nominees. Finalists ranged between 31 and 59 votes.
Best Dramatic Presentation Long-Form finalists are Dune, Part 2, screenplay by Denis Villeneuve and John Spates, directed by Denis Villeneuve, Legendary Pictures, Warner Brothers Pictures. Flow, screenplay by Gins Zilbelotis and Matisse Kaja, directed by Gins Zilbelotis, Dreamwell Studio. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, screenplay by George Miller and Nick Lathouris, directed by George Miller, Warner Brothers Pictures. I Saw the TV Glow, screenplay by Jane Schunbrun, directed by Jane Schunbrun, Fruit Tree, Smudge Films, A24. Wicked, screenplay by Winnie Holtzman and Donna Fox, directed by John M. Chu, Universal Pictures. The Wild Robot, screenplay by Chris Sanders and Peter Brown, directed by Chris Sanders, DreamWorks Animation. There were 610 ballots cast for 217 nominees. Finalists range from 80 to 219.
In the category of Best Related Work, the finalists are Charting the Cliff, an investigation into the 2023 Hugo nomination statistics by Camastros Philapton and Heather Rose Jones, File 770, February 22nd, 2024. Our Fantasy's 2024 Bingo Reading Challenge on Our Fantasy on Reddit, presented by the Our Fantasy Bingo team. The Spectacular Failure of the Star Wars Hotel by Jenny Nicholson, YouTube. Speculative Whiteness, Science Fiction and the Alt-Right by Jordan S. Carroll, University of Minnesota Press. Track Changes by Abigail Nussbaum, Briardine Books. The 2023 Hugo Awards, a report on censorship and exclusion by Chris M. Barkley and Jason Sanford, Genre Grapevine and File 770, February 14th, 2024. 431 ballots were cast for 209 nominees. Finalists ranged between 28 and 95 votes.
Best graphic story or comic finalists are The Deep Dark by Molly Knox Ostertag, graphics. The Hunger and the Dusk, Volume 1, written by G. Willow Wilson, art by Chris Wildgoose, IDW Publishing. Monstrous, Volume 9, The Possessed, written by Marjorie Liu, art by Sana Takada, image. My Favorite Thing is Monsters, Book 2, by Emile Ferris, Fantagraphics. Star Trek, Lower Decks, Warp Your Own Way, written by Ryan North, art by Chris Finaglio, IDW Publishing. We Called Them Giants, written by Kieran Gillen, art by Stephanie Hans, lettering by Clayton Coles, image. There were 265 ballots cast for 259 nominees. Finalists range from 13 to 37.
Best Series. The finalists are Between Earth and Sky by Rebecca Roanhorse, Saga Press, The Burning Kingdoms by Tasha Suri, Orbit, Encrypted by Seanan McGuire, DAW, Southern Reach by Jeff Vandermeer, Farrer, Strauss and Giroux, The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson, Tor Books, and The Tyrant Philosophers by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Ad Astra. 621 ballots were cast for 201 nominees. Finalists range from 57 votes to 90.
Best short story finalists are Five Views of the Planet Tartarus by Rachel K. Jones, Lightspeed Magazine, January 2024, issue 164. Marginalia by Mary Robinette Kowal, Uncanny Magazine, issue 56. Stitched to Skin Like Family Is by Nevo, Uncanny Magazine, issue 57. Three Faces of a Beheading by Arkady Martin, Uncanny Magazine, issue 58. We Will Teach You How to Read, We Will Teach You How to Read by Carolyn M. Yoakum, Lightspeed Magazine, May 2024, issue 168. Why Don't We Just Kill the Kid in the Ominous Hole by Isabel J. Kim, Clark's World, February 2024. There were 610 ballots cast for 673 nominees. The finalists range from 32 to 110.
Best Novelette. The finalists are The Brotherhood of Montague Street Video by Thomas Ha, Clark's World, May 2024. By Salt by Sea by Light of Stars by Premi Mohammed, Strange Horizons Fund Drive 2024. The Four Sisters Overlooking the Sea by Naomi Kritzer, Asimov's September-October 2024. Lake of Souls by Anne Leckie in Lake of Souls, Orbit. Loneliness Universe by Evgenia Triantafilo, Uncanny Magazine, issue 58. And Signs of Life by Sarah Pinsker, Uncanny Magazine, issue 59. 394 ballots were cast for 188 nominees. Finalists ranged from 36 to 58 votes.
Best novella finalists are The Brides of High Hill by Nevo, Tor.com. The Butcher of the Forest by Premi Mohammed, Tor.com. Navigational Entanglements by Aliette de Bodard, Tor.com. The Practice, the Horizon, and the Chain by Sophia Samatar, Tor.com. The Tusks of Extinction by Ray Naylor, Tor.com. What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher, Nightfire. 739 ballots were cast for 209 nominees. Finalists range from 75 to 135.
Best Novel. The finalists are Alien Clay by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Orbit US, Tor UK. The Ministry of Time by Kalyan Bradley, Avid Reader Press, Scepter. Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Tor.com. Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell, DAW. A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, Tor. And The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, Del Rey, Hudderscape UK. 1,078 ballots were cast for 554 nominees. Finalists ranged between 90 and 157 votes.
The following nominees received enough votes to qualify for the final ballot, but were found to be ineligible. Best Series, The Singing Hills Cycle by Neve Vo, fewer than 240,000 words in total. Best Dramatic Presentation Short Form, Dune, the Musical, first performed in 2023. The following nominees received enough votes to qualify for the final ballot, but declined nomination. Lodestar Award, Compound Fracture, by Andrew Joseph White, Peachtree Teen. Best Semi-Prozine, Beneath Ceaseless Skies,